but hey, hello everybody. Welcome to Trauma to Triumph Tuesdays featuring the lovely and amazing Toya Pinkney. But before I introduce you to Toya and before I bring Toya into the Instagram Live, I wanted to tell you all a little bit about me. In case you all are just now tuning in to Trauma to Triumph Tuesdays, I am Terry Long. Some of you may see me on Thursdays doing my thing as T-Bomb Long on Spotlight Over the City. We are on summer break right now. But I am all about Trauma to Triumph on Tuesdays. And this project is about empowering and changing the lives of women across the world, you all. This glare in my glasses is driving me insane. Um, let's see. So yes, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be sharing our stories of how we turned our trauma into triumph. And that is going to change the lives of so many women of different ethnicities, different backgrounds. So we will talk more about how you can be a part of this project later in this Instagram Live. But for now, I want to bring in my special guest this week, and her name is Toya Pinkney. And Toya, hang on a second. I'm going to bring you in. There you are. Okay. I think I did it, Toya.
Hey, you look
Hi.
beautiful.
Oh, so do you. Hi.
Listen, I'm on O&R, so I
Yes, 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 yes.
my
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you so very much for being a part of this very,
absolutely.
very important project.
Listen, you look amazing. Thank you for having me. Um, my staff is good, so I can talk.
Yes, yes, yes. So let me start by just saying I appreciate you being wanting to be a part of this project. And as you all know, we are sharing our stories of how we turn trauma into triumph. And Toya, your story is a powerful one. I want you to tell it. Um,
Okay.
but what I want you to do is just start by introducing yourself and tell everybody where you are in life today, and then we'll take it back and we'll talk about the significant incident that happened in your life. We'll lead up to that, talk about it, and then we'll talk about how you transitioned from the trauma and into triumphant side of life.
Okay. So, hey everybody, hope all is well. I am Toya Pinkney. I am the creator, the owner, the operator of Toya Pinkney International Hair
Yay.
Creations, Mobile Beauty Services, and I'm also the creator of Goddess Creations Botanicals. I am a licensed professional in the beauty industry. I am a published hairstylist in the industry, and I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a mom, I'm all of those things. And today, I'm just a woman of good faith and try to be of good character who will inspire women all across the world. So that's
I
who I
love it. I love it. So, Toya, let's talk about it. Let's just get right to it. Talk about your life, your early part of your life,
am.
and what you inspired to do, and then how you hit that road that and going down that traumatic road.
Early on, it was I think it's like half good, then half bad.
Hmm.
So I'll start with the some of the bad parts. I don't want to give away too much.
Okay.
One of the traumas that I experienced, my mom went away to the military when I was probably about 6 or 7. So I had a traumatic experience with a family member of a molestation. Um, that was a trauma. And I think in during that part of my childhood, it started to bring on some levels of resentment. And so you go through life happens, and then you experience other things in
Right.
life. And so I was a teen mom, and I had my son at 17. And
Okay.
I'm just skipping around. I'm just throwing out some different points.
No, that's
So
fine.
that, and then um, I found out when my son was probably about 18 months that he was autistic.
Mm,
So I'm a teen mom, living in Washington, D.C., um, a struggling mom. I'm like still in high school, pretty much on my own, trying to figure it out with no real guidance, no real understanding of what is happening. And
mhm.
I think life has a way of showing you who you are before you actually know who you
Yes. So
are. So, so that was a part of the trauma. And then the last breaking point of the, I think that will really catapult me to where I am now, is I was a hairstyle, not a hairstylist, but an assistant. That's what I was. I was an assistant to a hairstylist, and
okay. You know, like a shampoo assistant,
like a
that type of thing.
girl at the salon. I was. I had already had my son by this time, and she had this talk with me before this incident, like you should become a hairstylist. And maybe
Person
about,
that you were assisting told you this.
yes, the person that I was assisting told me this.
Hmm.
And then 3 months later, she was murdered.
Okay,
Yeah,
wait.
yes.
So you're okay. So you're what, 17, 18? What are you now? About 18, 19?
Probably like 19 at this time. My son was probably about 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was helping her in the salon. By this time, I had already finished, finished high school. But I did all of this while having a baby. And so 3 months after we had that conversation, she was murdered.
Wow. Do you know any, details of the murder? Or you know what I mean? Like, was she just
Never,
murdered randomly? Was it like domestic violence situation?
not that I know of. I think it was random. I still don't have closure to that. And I think that still like bothers me now, and it's been 17 years. So
Wow.
that's what pushed me to enter into the beauty industry. And that's where I really found my space of courage. That's where I found my confidence. That's where I got a chance to meet so many amazing people from all across the world. And
Yeah.
so it was like that was my breaking point to kind of discover who I was in my craft, like perfecting it, going to school, really executing and being who God wanted me to be. And I mean, I still had some things to learn in that process, and I had a lot of growing to do. And I think the beauty industry is what really saved me.
So when this young lady was murdered,
Okay.
did you continue being a assistant after that, or like
I,
how
I
did your life change after she got murdered, if it changed at all?
so so to kind of tell you what happened after that, I walked into a salon with my sister one day, and the guy who was doing her hair, which is a really good friend of mine still to this day, um, he basically gave me a chance and an opportunity. So I started my business with $100, a box of clips, a mirror, some gel, and some combs. And here we are.
Wow, wow, wow. So, okay, and so once you started, he gave you
Gave me a chance and a chair.
a chance and a chair.
Yes.
At this point, you've transitioned from grieving. How long did you grieve, if you don't
I,
mind asking? Because a lot of people
I
that
grew.
maybe listening to this, would want to know, okay, well, when this happened to her, this is someone that you worked for, someone you were close with, and you all had this intimate conversation about, what, you should really become a hairstylist. And then 3 months later, this person who you look up to is
Yeah.
murdered and gone. And so I imagine that there was a period of grief that you had to go through
It
before you
was.
could even get back into the hair salon.
So to be honest with you, my career had already started, but I don't think that I was necessarily in the career. I think it was more scratching and surviving, really on a hustle, trying to make ends meet. Because again, I started this, now I'm probably like about 25, 26 during this time. And so I was still in a space of not a lot of support, but support here and there. So my family wasn't as supportive as I would have liked them to be. And so I think maybe about 2010, that's when I decided that I wanted to really pursue it as a career.
Okay.
So
Okay.
again, I grieved her for, I think I probably grieved her honestly for probably about 8 years
Hmm.
until I got some level of help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you say some level of help, what do you mean by that?
So I decided that I wanted to make this major life transition, and so I decided that I wanted to have weight loss surgery. I was tired of being super overweight. I was super depressed. I was grieving. I have a child with special needs. I have all of these life circumstances that are happening to,
Mm-hmm.
not knowing that they were going to, build me up to where we are now. And so I was like, I want to change. And before I could have the surgery, you have to do a mental health evaluation. So now I am diagnosed with PTSD,
Oh, wow.
depression, anxiety, all of these different things. So now I have to get to the real root of my issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, let's put it into context of an actual onion. And you
And
know how
back
you got to
layers.
peel back the layers, and you got to peel it back. And
Mhm.
when you begin to peel back the layers, that the acidic from the onion is going to make you cry.
Right.
So now you're uncovering all of these traumatic experiences, emotions, and you got to figure out where or how do you compartmentalize that. And so that's where I found therapy. I got on medication, just all of these different variables that I had to do. I had to
Mhm.
do the work.
Yeah.
So I pushed forward. I went back to hair school. I did so many amazing things, just fighting my way through the waves. I'm just
Right.
fighting my way through the waves. And I think, again, helping my clients, I was helping myself. I was finding my own answers from myself. So I was like, and I get a little like teary, but
No, no, it's okay. I do
I
too.
really finding my own answers from me.
From you.
Yes.
Yeah. I can feel what you were going through just by your emotion and talking about that time period of your life and how I guess revealing that is to say, you know what? I was actually giving myself the answers I needed um, through the people that you were dealing with and and doing their hair.
Yeah. So it's like I was building my character. I was building confidence. I was building trust. I
Yeah.
was building compassion. I was really building who I am.
I was
And
going to say, you were building you, Toya. You were building you.
yes. So, oh, I'm about to get emotional. I took a break. I
Mm,
took a break. I'm happy I took the break. I'm so happy. I turned 40 and I took a break. I took a break from fighting, building other people, and just started working on me.
mm,
And so I wanted to have this real transparent conversation because if it never goes on record, it goes on record today. And coming on sharing the story, I feel like people experience these things, whether they're in the beauty industry, people that get their hair done, whether they're getting their hair cut or whatever, give a beauty professional, a hairstylist, they pour out all of their feelings to
yeah,
us.
we do.
So as a these are all tears of joy and happiness. It's not I'm not sad.
Tears
Please.
of triumph. Yes, honey.
This is this is the point, right? And so
Right.
I'd rather be super vulnerable now on Instagram before I get on the bigger platforms. And but I say all that to say we as beauty professionals hold so much, and we hold people's past, present, future. We are mothers to children. We are girlfriends. We are baby mamas. We are doctors, physicians. We are pharmacists. We are everything to everyone. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like opposed to me pouring all of that into people, let me pour that into me. So I took a break from the industry and I said, I'm just going to heal.
Mm.
And it's been the best decision
That
of my life.
you ever made.
Yeah. And so I I moved to Charlotte from DC
Yeah.
last year.
I love
So
Charlotte.
now we get to the good part. Um and so I found a place of peace and solitude. I found a place of understanding who I am, what I want, what I desire, my needs versus my wants, discipline, structure, all while taking a break. I put so much energy into my career and my craft because I was running. I
Mm-hmm.
was running from the raging storms and water. And even though I had issues in some issues in my career, that is kind of like what shielded me from the actual reality. And so when I'm talking to women now about like go on your own spiritual healing journey, because when you keep sweeping it under the rug and keep sweeping it under the rug, what ends up happening is a button is pushed and guess what? Everything is exposed or everything comes out.
Honey, you are preaching even to me.
Yeah,
I can admit that I have always had a difficult time with releasing things. And so the things that get swept under the rug,
yeah,
then that rug starts to buckle, you
yeah.
know what I
Or it's
mean?
old or it's
Mm.
time to read. It's time to revamp.
Mm-hmm.
I found um I found meditation. I mean, because I come from a Pentecostal apostolic background, so it's
Okay.
foot clapping, speaking in tongues. I come from that, you know what
Right.
I mean?
Right, right, right.
all of that. But I say that to say that, like, the church aspect was not getting it. I had been to church and I was not getting it. I was going through the motions. I was, you know what I'm saying? And you try to find it in drugs, shopping, sex, gambling, spending money on parties, eating out, all of these different things. And so when I kind of went through the surgery, it was like, okay, this is another layer that I'm releasing.
That you're peeling
This,
off, right?
I'm peeling off. And so before I could even go under surgery, I had to start going to counseling. So I'm peeling more layers and more layers and more layers off. And I'm still talking to my clients. I'm still pouring into my clients, but I needed more. And
Mhm.
again, pouring into my craft was an amazing thing. I was able to get published in Vogue and Essence. I was able to be featured on in New York Fashion Week. I got featured in a lot of
Wait,
international.
wait, wait. You just breeze by stuff like that so humbly. Wait, back up. You got featured in what now?
Uh, so it was probably about 5 magazines: Vogue, Essence, V Magazine, and Cosmopolitan, I believe.
Yes, girl. Yes.
So, um, it's been a really interesting journey. I do not trade it for anything.
No, it made you who you are.
It really did. So I tell this story. I'm like, I took a break to take a break. I took a break to
Some
take a
might not get that.
I took a break to take a break, and to be honest, the tears of joy are the tears that I've had to release to become the person that I am. And so many people are reaching out to me like, you're inspiring me. I'm watching you on Instagram, and oh my goodness. And it's kind of shocking that,
Yeah.
the transition of just me moving and taking a break has, like, inspired people. And I'm just doing me. I'm just showing up as me. So when I got the opportunity to come on here, I'm like, trauma to triumph. This is going to be dope. This is going to be new. And God has really been preparing me to peel back the layers.
Peel
The
back
more
those
you,
layers.
the the more you the more you release, the more I'll elevate you. The more you surrender to me,
Say that again for the people in the back.
the more you release is the more he'll elevate you. You'll become lighter. You'll become freer. You'll be
Mm,
peace. You'll become a more pleasant person. I don't think I was a very pleasant person in times past, and I do apologize to anybody that I've ever offended, and I'll say that openly on the record. Please forgive me. Charge it to my head and not my heart. But I
consider
think
none.
you compassion and understanding and really in love, people receive that. And I would also like to add this. People may not remember your name and what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel.
Yes, 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 Toya. You are so, so right about that. Um, you have made people feel some type of way on this Instagram live today. I don't know if you
Oh,
were keeping up with some of the comments, but several of the comments
thank
show and
God.
confirm you're such an inspiration. You have
Thank
inspired me as well because again, I I love it when people share things that I can resonate with. Like I can't always relate to everything that people have gone through because no one person has gone through every life situation. But
Or
said what you said about releasing things, um, so that you can receive your blessings. Basically, that's what it is in a nutshell.
you know, I kind of felt bad. I felt very bad when I first moved to Charlotte because I could not find my footing.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be, I thought I wanted to be back in the salon space. And I think that becoming an editorial stylist and published stylist and have had all of this different exposure, it wasn't, God wasn't allowing me to go back into the salon space, and I kept being resistant, like, I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it. And God was like, every time you try to do something that's out of my will, I'm going to block it. You're going to be uncomfortable. So I just said, hands up, I'm done. And opportunities have been presenting themselves like gradually, and it's like now I just rest, manifest, and say less. That's it.
Woo! Rest, manifest,
Manifest.
and say less. Okay, can somebody type that in the comments so I don't forget that? Type that for me in the comments, somebody.
That's all.
Rest, manifest,
And
and
say less.
say.
Yeah.
That's
So
it right there.
this conversation um has been very helpful, and I thank you for, just really having me on your platform. Um
I
And I just
think.
want to thank my friend. She sent me the information. She was like, maybe this would be good for you. And people follow and don't really say much, and they kind of
Mm-hmm.
watch from afar
Mm-hmm.
platform. So you be like, when is it gonna grow? And why haven't I got the followers? And why haven't I gotten this? And it's like, and God's like, child, you concerned about following, I'm about to give you a whole community of people that have very similar stories, situations that
Yep.
you'll be able to relate to. Not only will you be able to relate to them, connect with them, you'll be able to help them because you've done the work.
Because
It's
you've done the work.
do the work. Ladies and gentlemen who are watching, please let me tell you that you must do the work. You can't hide from it. You can't run from it. You can't sleep it away, sex it away, drink it away, eat it away, shop it away. You got to do the work. And I say
Yep.
that with
Work.
I say that with pure intentions. Do the work.
But one of the things though that you said, that's also stuck out with me that I didn't want to get too far past it, and I kind of summarize it in my mind. What we often try to do is we try to do what we want to do,
Yeah,
regardless of what signs and wonders God has already shown us, right? And it's not until we take our hands off of it and stop trying to do his job.
it was in that moment I said, all right, spirit, I'm releasing it. I was like gripped. I don't want to let go. I don't
Right.
want to let go. And it was so funny. It was like I had this vice grip. I didn't want to let go. It's like, well, why
Yeah.
don't you want to let go? It's like
So many of us are so many of us struggle with that.
it's
And
it.
we have to understand, yeah, we got to understand, let it go. Our way is not the way, and allow him to do what he does.
It's ego. Ego will have you broke down, depressed, empty, depleted, people pleasing, shopping when you know you ain't supposed to be shopping. I'm just talking about myself. I ain't talking to nobody else. Um, you know, Eating weird, crazy, insomnia. I could go on and on and on.
Hmm.
But when you rest, manifest, and say less,
Mm.
that's it.
That's going to be the title of this when it goes up on our YouTube channel. We are
Yeah.
going to say yes, rest, manifest,
And
and
say
say
that.
less.
Yeah. I like that I had the crying moment so that people know that it's real.
It's real.
I like that I was able to speak with a level of confidence and authority. I
Yes, you
was
did.
always to do that. I am so glad that I got a chance to meet you, and thank you for having
Me
me on
too.
your show. Wish I wish nothing but love, joy, and peace, and I know that this is going to really blow up because it's going to help so many people across the globe.
It
It's
is.
going to really help some people um rest, manifest, and say less,
Can
and
say
peel back.
less.
It's
Toya,
going to
we got to get some shirts, Toya. Hashtag rest, manifest,
listen,
say
listen,
less.
listen. I
Okay.
got a whole project that I'm working on right now. It's a lot going on behind the scenes that I have not even scratched the surface on. And I just want you to know that this is going to be an amazing process and project for you. Keep going. If it's two people on the damn live, keep going. Act like it's Oprah and Gail and all of that. Interview like Oprah and Gail because it will bloom. Continue to prosper where you're planted. I speak nothing but love, joy, and peace into your existence. And I thank you for having me.
I thank you so, so very much. You are an amazing woman. I thank you for your candidness. I thank you for your honesty.
Thank
Um, it was just very raw and emotional and just real. And I thank you for that. I thank you because I know, Toya, that at least one woman's life has been impacted positively from what you have talked about today. Your journey is amazing, and I wish nothing but the best for you. I decree and I declare that
all
you
right.
are
I,
going to do some more amazing things. If there's ever an opportunity where myself as a woman or Trauma to Triumph as this project can help what you're doing, don't
thank you.
hesitate to ask because the answer is yes. And just know this is just the beginning
Of course,
for both of us and for regarding Trauma to Triumph. You're part of the team, and we're going to do some amazing things, not just these Instagram lives, honey. So,
it's about to go up. Just
yep,
look the course, you know.
yep.
Need to look beautiful and sad. You know,
Oh,
show up like how you do.
thank,
I've watched y'all shows in times past.
thank you.
Show up like you do, and
Thank you.
your vibe will attract your tribe. You know,
Thank you
that's
so
what
much.
it is. Yo, you're welcome. Thank
Yes, I am. I just love you, girl. Thank you so much for
you.
everything. And
Absolutely.
for those of you who tuned in late, you're looking at the amazing Toya Pinkney. And if you all want to tell your story of how you turned trauma into triumph, please, please go to my website, www.trauma, the number two, triumph.com. So again, that's www.trauma, the number two, triumph.com. You can also email me, and that email address is info@trauma, the number two, triumph.com. I want to hear your story. I want to see your face on an Instagram live coming up on a Tuesday. So please get those stories in. If you know someone who may not have seen this tonight and you think their story would fit, please reach out to them for me and tell them about the website, or they can DM me or email me. You always hear people say that not wisdom, experience is the best teacher. I like to say that wisdom is the best teacher. And Toya, you have shared so much wisdom with us tonight. If y'all hear that boom, 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 it's thundering and lightning and going crazy over here. in Maryland where I am. So that's what that noise is. I want to thank everybody again for tuning in. My honey is on here. Your vibe will attract your
Your,
tribe. That's right, honey. We ain't gonna forget that. Your vibe will attract your tribe,
keep,
Toya.
keep your energy high and listen, everything will work itself out. I
Yeah.
thank you for having me.
Let's stay in touch too. Okay.
Absolutely. You know how to
Okay.
me. Thank you for having me on your platform. This was absolutely amazing.
It
I
was.
can't wait to share. I can't wait to share all the other things as time progresses.
Okay. I'm gonna
Yep.
hold you to it.
Yes, ma'am. Good night, guys.
Okay. Y'all, this will be up on our YouTube channel in about an hour. So if you missed it, it'll be up on YouTube in about an hour. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And next Tuesday, we have another amazing woman talking about how she turned her trauma into triumph. See y'all next week.